Hey guys, today we're going to be doing session 3 of lesson 32, and that's representing relationships between quantities, otherwise known as we're just doing coordinates on a coordinate plane. So let's go and get started today. I got a quick, before I do, go ahead and make sure you are on page 663 in your workbook, and you're also going to need your whiteboard out here for this first problem. So let's go ahead and go through this one. Mel has $10, so Mel is starting with $10. Make sure we understand that. He sells apples for $5 a bag. How much money does Mel have if he sells each number of bags? Okay, so just remember, Mel has $10 to start. For each bag he sells, he gets $5. So go ahead and do the math down here below. Pause the video, come back, and let's check your answer. All right, here we go. So starting with $10. So I'm going to start each one of these problems with 10, and I'm going to add to 10 because Mel started with $10. Now we know that one bag here is going to sell for $5. So 10 plus 5 is 15. We know that two bags of 5 is going to be $10. So it is going to be 10 plus 10, which would be 20. Three bags is going to be 15, which is $25. And four bags is going to be 20, which is going to be $30. So the big thing here, guys, is just remember that Mel is starting with 10, so he's always adding money, right? He's not starting at 0, he's starting with 10 and then adding money to that. So let's go ahead and get started with our actual lesson, and let's see how that problem is going to go into our lesson here. So we have a coordinate plane here. Jenny has $20 saved in the bank. She earns $10 an hour washing cars and saves all of her money. Graph the points in the coordinate plane to show the relationship between the number of hours she works and the total money she has saved. Include the following in your graph. You have to have X and Y titles to show which each represents, and then points 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for hours of work. So down here below, I am going to go ahead and start a chart. I'm going to get you guys started on this one. And then let's go ahead and do our titles. So 0, 1, 2, 3 through 10 has to be hours of work. And then our title for the side is money earned. All right, so again, it says, guys, that Jenny starts with $20. So if Jenny works 0 hours, how much money does she have? Well, she doesn't have to work for any money because she has $20, right? So I'm going to do the same thing down here. So hours and money. So 0 hours, Jenny has $20 because she has saved that. Now it says she earns $10 an hour. So if she works 1 hour, 20 plus 10 is now going to be 30. And so 2 hours, 30 plus 10 is now going to be 40. I want you guys to go and finish this chart. Not only do I want you to finish the chart, but I want you to take this information and data and go ahead and chart it on your coordinate plane. So go ahead and pause the video, finish out the chart. I want you to go through 5 hours of work there. Take those 6 coordinates, plot them, and connect them so that we can look at the data. All right, so hopefully you've got the chart filled out. You have coordinates plotted, and I'm going to do this a couple different ways. So again, remember where we started. Jenny had $20 to start. For every hour, she earned $10 more. So I'm going to continue on. If she worked 3 hours, that's $30 plus the original 20, which would be 50. 4 hours would be $60, and 5 hours would be $70 total that Jenny has. Remember, we are not looking at how much money she made. We are looking at how much money she has. All right, so these, remember, this is going to be my X, this is going to be my Y. All of these are coordinates here. So it would look like this: 0, 20, 130, 240, 350, 460, and 570. So those are our points. And again, these are all lining up straight to our table here. So I'm going to start with $20, 1 and 30, 2 and 40, 3 and 50, 4 and 60, 5 and 70. So that would be our chart there. Again, we have titles, we have data, we have charts, and we have everything else. Um, so let's go ahead and move on here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get you guys started with your actual lesson. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to do 7, 8, and 9. And again, you can go ahead and see this looks very similar to what we just did on 7. On 8, you are going to show what would be used for 5 cones. And then on 9, what does the 0.24 represent in that graph? Okay, so we can go back and look at those. Go ahead and answer 7, 8, 9. Pause the video and then come back and check your answer. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and check this. Ferran works in an ice cream store. He uses 2 scoops of ice cream for each ice cream cone he sells. Make a table of the values and then graph the points of the coordinate plane to show the relationship between the number of ice cream cones he sells and the number of scoops he uses. Include the following in the table and graph. Titles to show which quantity is represented by the x and y values, and then data for 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 ice cream cones. So again, they want us to show data for 1, 2, 3, and 4 ice cream cones. So let's go ahead and figure out our X here. Title is number of ice cream cones. And our Y is going to be, let's just call it scoops. If yours is a little bit different, that's fine. Scoops of ice cream. And then that's also going to be our title here. I'm going to abbreviate. All right, now it says for every ice cream cone sold, Fran uses 2 scoops of ice cream. So if I sell 0 ice cream cones, I'm not going to use any ice cream. So that's going to start at 0, 0. If I sell 1 ice cream cone, each ice cream has 2 scoops, so that would be 2 scoops. If I sell 2 ice cream cones, two ice cream cones with 2 scoops apiece would be 4. 3 would be 6, and 4 would be 8. And remember, our points, if we need to, can look like this. Still our x, y. And it asks us to go ahead and plot those. So we would be at 0, 1, 2. So go over 1, go up 2, go over 2, go up 4, 3, 6, and then go over 4, go up 8. So our graph would look like this, and we can go ahead and connect those since we are using data. And that would be it for 7. So let's go ahead and look at 8. 8 says use the table and graph in problem 7. Where would you put a point on the graph to show how many scoops of ice cream would be used for 5 cones? Explain your answer. So what I would do here is I would just extend my chart, and let's make it 5 cones. Well, we know that would be 10 scoops. So I would go over 5, and I would go up 10. So we can explain that in a couple different ways. We can just say I extended my table for 1 more ice cream sold and extended how many scoops that would be. Or I was looking at the data on this chart here, and I saw that the line that we were using, the next one would be 5, 10. Right? So either one with that, I would take. We're just trying to get you guys used to seeing the chart and going from there. And then number 9 says, what does the 0.24 represent on the graph? So let's go back here. So 24 is right here. So what does this point represent? Well, it tells us that there are 2 ice cream cones sold, and in those 2 ice cream cones, there are 4 scoops of ice cream. So I think our answer is going to be C. 2 ice cream cones that are sold use 4 scoops of ice cream. All right, so I'm going to get you guys started on this next set of questions here. So you are going to do 1 through 6. These should not be too terribly hard. The first 3 questions here, they're going to go off of your example problem. The next 3 are going to go off of a coordinate that you're going to do yourself. So go ahead and do 1 through 6 here. Pause the video, come back to the video, and check your answers. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and go over this. It says, using the table in the example above, finish plotting the points x and y in the coordinate plane. So they've already done 1, 2 for us. They've already done 2, 4. We've got to do 3, 6, go over 3, go up 6, go over 4, go up 8, go over 5, go up 10. So there are points. So that's done for number one. What is the meaning of the ordered pair 3, 6 in this situation? So I'm going over 3. I am looking at this dot right here. So down here it says number of quarters, number of tries. So that says essentially if I have 3 quarters, how many tries do I get? Well, if I have 3 quarters here, it says the number of tries I get is going to be 6. So 3 quarters equals 6 tries. All right, now it says use your graph in the example. Describe moving from 1, 2 to 2, 4 and from 2, 4 to 3, 6 along the grid lines. If you continue from point to point, what do you notice? So what they're saying, guys, is if I start here, how do I get here? Okay, so how do I go from each one? Well, for me, if I'm starting here, remember, we always go over first. So for each one, we're going right 1 and up 2. Right 1, up 2. Right 1, up 2. Right 1, up 2. So for this, I would say to go from point to point, we would move right 1 unit, move up 2 units. All right, let's go ahead and move to the next. Use the coordinates to answer problems 4 through 6. Number 4, the graph above shows the relationship between the money Todd has and the number of football tickets he buys. How much does each football ticket cost? How do you know? And explain. So over here we see Todd's money, and over here we see football tickets bought. So we see that Todd starts, right? So at 0 here, at the origin, Todd starts with $20. So Todd starts with $20. All right, so I just wanted to point that out before you guys got going. So go ahead and try to answer these questions to the best of your ability, and then let's come back and check our answers. All right. So looking at this, and they kind of flipped the script on us, guys. We're used to starting at 0 and going up. This time we're starting at 20, and we're kind of working our way down. We're seeing how much money Todd has left every time. So I see that after Todd buys 1 ticket, how much money does he have left? Well, if I go over 1 and I go up, it says he has $16 left, which tells me I started with 20. I now have 16 left after 1 ticket, which means 1 ticket equals $4. All right, so 1 ticket equals $4. So again, after 2 tickets, Todd has $12 left. All right, and we keep doing that and keep going until we get to, and then, yeah, so let's just stop there. So it says, what do the coordinates at the point 3, 8 mean in this situation? Well, if we look at it, now Todd has bought 3 tickets, and we're going to see how much money he has left. And Todd has $8 left. So 3, 8, what 3, 8 tells us is that Todd has 3 tickets and $8 left. Todd has 3 tickets and $8 left. And it says at what point on the graph shows that Todd has run out of money? Well, I've got to figure out where Todd gets to 0 with his money, which is going to be right here. So that point is going to be 5, 0. I think that is all that I have for you guys for this lesson. So I need you to make sure you follow the list that's both on the board and on Canvas. Make sure you get everything done. If you are done, there is an extra worksheet that you should be working on in class to make sure that you stay quiet. I may take it up as extra credit. I may actually take it up for a grade. You know what? Now that I say that, I will take that up for a grade. It'll be homework. It won't be homework. It'll be classwork, but it'll be due to me on Friday for a nice, easy grade. So please make sure you guys get everything done. Take your time. Make sure you understand. Make sure you get your fluency and all that good stuff turned in. If you need to go back watch the video, do that. If not, I will see you guys soon.